I'm Eddie, and I'm obtaining every single boss pet in the game of RuneScape, aiming to become 0.1% of players to achieve this. Welcome to Final Boss. Now, I'm typically a violent fella. I like to do myself some good old PvM, which in RuneScape is pretty much just slaying one creature non-stop, back to back to back, grinding it out in classic MMO fashion. But with the addition of combat achievements to test some of that combat knowledge, I have got to knock these out. And to be honest, that is what Final Boss is all about, getting a little bit better every single time. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 6 hard combat achievements here, and there's 1 elite master time. So that's actually not too bad. And we could knock all these out. I got definitely the keys to do it, and no one likes doing this boss, but I need the pet. So I might as well try and knock these out while we're trying to get the pet. If you don't know what a pet is a fantastic little miniature version of bosses all around RuneScape. Every single boss in the game has one, and it is actually a super rare chance to get one of these little guys. And maybe picking up one of these beautiful little bastards will make me feel something that I haven't felt in a long time. Joy. I believe in the master speed time. Is there a master speed time for Magister? I don't think there is. So this is like my first time doing Magister. I haven't really done a lot of it, and this was a boss that was released when I took a break from the game, so there was no real reason for me to come here. He drops level 92, tier 92 Kopeshes, which are dual wield swords for melee, which aren't necessarily used and have no real purpose besides collection log stuff. But the problem with Magister is this. He has 200,000 health points, but at every 50,000 health points, he has a hard stop. So you need to time it so your abilities are able to go through that 50k, and you're able to hit the break points. So that's kind of an issue that I'm running into here. It's actually kind of hard to get that last one, not gonna lie. Okay, cool. So we got 3 of those ones. It's not nice to throw nice things. Magister competent time and an elite speed killer. Oh, that was it. I thought it was 12 seconds. Okay, master speed time is 12 seconds. I could do that. I could do the master one. I didn't realize I was a master one. We could do the master time. But first, we gotta talk about this week's sponsor, and that is the Grand Exchange CD. This is a shop run by a RuneScape player who decided to make some beautifully crafted iconic items from Gillinor into 3D printed prints. I absolutely love these party hat attachments, and I think they are absolutely amazing. He also sent me over some fantastic little printouts alongside the buy and girlfriend sign, and you get a custom name print of your username or your clan name in this little 3D style as well. And they make a great addition to the background aesthetic of my desk. Or you could pick up a house teleport tab keychain alongside with some pretty sick magnets. Thank you so much to the Grand Exchange 3D for sponsoring the channel, and be sure to use discount code EDIBOOS at checkout to get 50% off your entire order. And so our journey towards the master speed time of 12 seconds at Magister began. I stacked every single legal substance in Gillinor to be able to get a possibility of murdering the magic man in the pillar in pursuit of an achievement that'll give me a little pop-up and hopefully give me a small hit of dopamine, stemming the horrible feeling of why am I wasting my life playing a medieval point-and-click video game. We made 5 mil and killed him like 3 seconds faster, but hey, that's pretty cool, 5 mil. And so I returned to the gauntlet in search of my beautiful 12-second speed kill, and we kept getting closer. I ended up getting about 15.5 seconds, about 3 seconds off the time. Not too bad, but I realized a key thing that I was missing. Then without this absolute game-changing buff, there was no way I was going to be able to get this speed time, and that was a Slayer task, baby. There is a chance to get Magister as a Slayer task, providing, I think, like a 10% buff, like it's a 10% damage buff to him, and without this speed kill is impossible unless you get incredible RNG and just blow him away, stab, 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 slice, slice, slice. It's just not gonna happen. So when I figured out that I needed to get a Slayer task, I was like, you know what, dude? Maybe we start doing some Slayer. Maybe we start mixing it up. You know what? That's the spice of life, baby. Trying to have some fun here. But first, I needed to knock out as many combat achievements as I can because I'm riding this high of being hyper fixated on one specific thing, and that happens to be combat achievements right now. Kriara hard mode. I can knock out a Kriara hard mode, which was actually quite funny to start going into hard mode Kriara with literally the best in slot 8 billion gold worth of equipment out here just straight nuking this overgrown chicken. It was stupendous, if I might say, but this also highlighted a weird problem that I realized as I was going through achievements. Because I've been playing this game for so long, and I've accumulated such girth and tonnage to be able to withstand anything that the mid-game can throw at me, there was no lack of thrill or engagement. It was because I had simply out-leveled my way out of this beautiful journey that if I was just a mid-level pleb, a small wee pebble if I may say, I would have been fighting for my life inside of this gigantic chicken nest. This would have been the literal scrap of the ages. But alas, here I am, completely over-leveled, bringing a machine gun to a knife fight. And there I stayed, and there I slayed. Not gonna lie though, it was a pretty easy achievement. That bird strike though, pretty funny name for literally murdering a giant bird. I'll take it. Araxxor competent killer with all mechanics enabled? Dude, let me at it. That's free reign right there, bro. What the hell? 3 minutes? You say less. When you get handed a freaking gold bar on a silver platter, you take that shit with the quickness. That's what this is. I don't know if this is the build, but we'll see. I don't know if this is it. This is terrible. Oh my god. Bro, flashbang, brother. I think we got it though. Oh my god, of course you would do this. We're almost there. There we go. Okay. Nice. 1 minute 30 seconds, an improvement of 10 seconds. Does that not count as the achievement? Does that not count as for the achievement? When you do less than 3 minutes, is it at an enrage? Defeat Araxxor solo with all the mechanics enabled in less than 3 minutes? Is that not it? Normal mode, not hard mode. What? Wow, okay. Alright, well, I can do that even easier then. Okay, hold on. Thank you. I would never have figured that out, to be honest. Look at that. That actually looks pretty fucking sick, not gonna lie. Like, that looks pretty sick. That's a pretty cool looking... Araxxor is a cool looking boss, not gonna lie. Like, this is intimidating. You saw this thing? Boom! No way! Oh my god, of course he summons these little shits. That's insane. That's an L. And easy task. Look at that stuff. Beautiful stuff. Love it. Oh, a journal. Actually, 200k from a normal mode kill. No way. That's free shmoney right there, dude. What? These pages are not cheap either. That's actually pretty good. Snow problem. Defeat with all mechanics enabled. I have earned a journal. And they also got the competent speed killer. Love to see it, dude. Nice. The very next day, we got ourselves our League's Catalyst rewards. Was pretty fun. Didn't get very far. Got a snifty little iron trophy. Pretty happy with the emote. Love it. Don't really see emotes in the game that much anymore, and happy to see that this one got one. Now, I've been working towards the trimmed completionist cape, which requires a lot of achievements in the game. I've been doing it kind of like a little side quest for me while going on this final boss journey, and I have actually been putting way more time into this than I should, but we need to go ahead and do our Reaper task. This is pretty much a nice little assignment that you can get every single day from Death, and he sends you to go up and he's like, yo, dude, I need you to go and cull the planet of all these bosses. And who we put on the chopping block today was Araxxor. Have a little beef with Araxxor here. This bad boy was actually one of the first bosses I ever came back to the game for. And I need to get myself some combat achievements here, but I'm not really that versed in it. And we're going to try our best. We got brand new 2 Beacons robes with these sets, but I'm just honestly throwing mud at the wall and seeing what sticks. Mostly just trying to get through this Reaper task, but you never know. Maybe we'll get a little spicy with it. Oh, 1.4 mil on a dinosaur bones. Beautiful, dude. I'll take that all day. Maybe one day we'll get a freaking drop. I think we're almost like... How many freaking kills do I have here, bro? I think I have... I think I almost have 1,300 kills here. And I haven't seen a drop at Araxxor in at least 500 kills. Yeah, I have... Oh, yeah, dude. I'm above 1,300 kills. And, like, I haven't gotten a single drop, bro. It's crazy. But I'll take bones all day, baby. I'll take bones all day. I'll take those. Knocked out the Araxxor Reaper. Absolutely no problems at all. Unfortunately, no lutations, but we got ourselves a back-to-back with Nakatra. All right, let's get these Reapers done. Got killed 6 times. It's crazy. I don't even know if I can do 6 runs in an hour. I might just do half of this and do it later. Because I don't know if I want to do this for a whole hour. But I haven't been here in a minute, though. I picked this one so I can keep doing it. Because I already have this log, so it kind of feels like a waste to keep doing it. But actually, being able to go for trim has been a nice way for me to keep coming back and doing content that I've already, quote-unquote, completed. Because I already have the log here. But, I mean, like, a shard is still 1.4 bill, dude. A shard is still 1.4 bill, dude. That's a lot of shmoneys. That's a lot of schmeckles on the counter. And I'm not gonna leave a schmeckle unschmeckled, you know what I mean? I'm gonna give some context for the next clip so that you're not lost. When you dye an item, it is when you use a dye from Clue Scrolls onto an item like Malevolent Armor, and then you get to change how it looks depending on the dye. For example, blood dyes will change it from this weird undead green color to this pretty neat looking blood red color. What are you dyeing? I'm planning to dye Malevolent, dude. I'm very, very excited for that. This is my very first blood dyed stuff, and I love Malevolent, one of the best looking armors in the game. Honestly, though, Honestly, though, if they can get the Dracolich out, I might be dying Elite Dracolich, dog. That might be the move. That might be the major game plan. We'll see. It's only taken them 18 fucking business years to be able to get that done, but it's kind of a shame that it's taking this fucking long to get the died items that should have been died on release. Absolutely monstrous time of 2 minutes and 16 seconds, dude. Disgusting. Horrible time. But 1.4 mil. That's not that bad. Tendrils? Tickle his nuts? Tickle his nuts? Oh, yeah, tickle his nuts. Sub 3 minute, I'll take it, dude. Sub 3 minute? In the Ooga Booga mask? Not bad. 600k? Yo, Josh asked how you pronounce your Twitch name? Edimuz. Eddie Moose. I've been pronouncing it Edie Muzz. Well, Smitty, it's okay to be wrong. No! No! Dude, I have 5k! Dude, no! Oh my god, I'm getting it next time. Very unfortunate attempt at a one cycle for Nakatra, but hey, that's alright. Came out with 500k. So when it comes to Nakatra, there is an achievement to when you're doing it in hard mode, you have to kill her without going back into the sandy beaches. And I think this is one of the hardest parts for Magic because Magic's abilities are all channeled, right? So if you walk at any point, you disrupt that channel, you lose a lot of damage. So it is kind of like the RNG game of like, yo, dude, maybe I'll get like some decent square locations and I won't have to move that much. But bro, when you get that though, it's good. I can definitely fix this up by fixing my rotation and getting better DPS down. But dude, it feels super solid, bro. And it's going to be a little interesting to do this when all the new combat changes are coming in. Oh, beautiful. Let's fucking go, baby. Have I already one cycle without it? Dude, I do not remember doing that. I guess I have. I'll take it, dude. I can still do it. All right, nice. I guess it's only my second time ever doing that because I do not remember doing that before. No, I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't think I'm going to get it. Got like 1,000,000 damage. Ah, maybe I could maybe get it. Oh, I think that's it. I think that's it. Is that a PB? Come on, die faster, bro. Yes, 1.8 seconds, dude. Nice. A sub 150 and 800k loot. Nice, brother. Okay, we're getting better. Oh my god, that almost killed me. PB. Oh, huge PB. 17 seconds, dude. Yo, eating that fat wave was worth it. 322 on the timer, baby. Let's go. Let's fucking go, baby. That's beautiful. I'm mad happy about that. 17-second improvement. Dude, that's beautiful, bro. Oh my goodness. Dude, we're gaming. Imagine if I die right here. That'd be actually pretty tilting.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell.
After a few more scuffed attempts, we finally finished off this Nakatra Reaper. And I gotta say, she being a little stingy, bro. I'm just trying to copy a shard. She don't want a shard for me. It was time to do some Araxxor. I'm missing 2 pieces of his legs, which I need to be able to make a spider stick, which lets me make T90 weapons, as well as just be able to sell them or break it down for some pretty decent components for invention stuff. But Araxxor is 12 years old, man. This guy is insane. I remember when he first was released, and Araxxor was a nightmare. He is still pretty scary. If you're doing Araxxor for the very first time, dude, this guy is no joke. He will body you easily. He's a really good boss. I highly recommend it if you've never done this boss before. Kind of take the time to go ahead and try him out. But we went back over here, got another Reaper task, gotta knock this one out as we continue working towards our trim requirement, as well as maybe get lucky on the pet or on some items. Definitely need to make a little bit of money here, but Araxxor is just a lot of good fun. I love this boss. He's genuinely challenging, and you learn a lot of things. It kind of gets you back on the basics, and I will never say no to an Araxxor Slayer task. I used to hate these things, low-key. Araxxor's also got one of the most interesting ways to roll for a pet. So when you kill Araxxor for the first time, you have the chance to get the small boss version of her, which is a pet. Now, you can gamble all of your loot a second time for a second chance to get the pet. It's kind of rough. The drop rate varies from 1 in 500 to 1 in 1000, depending on how much enraged Araxxor got during the fight. Not really going to pay attention about that. I'm mostly going to be looking at the base drop chance, which I believe was a threshold of 200. So when you hit thresholds, the drop rate gets lower, so you have a better chance of possibly getting it quicker. But with a threshold of 200 kill count, I have a 1 in 500 chance to get the Araxxor pet. But if you roll it twice, I think it cuts it in half. What, 1 in 250? And still haven't been lucky. Unless the loot is like really bad, I always re-roll it because a pet chance is way better than any loot you could possibly get from Araxxor besides a leg. Ooh, 319. I'll take that, dude. That was pretty good. And we have done 298 Reaper point assignments, dude. For another 25 points with 138 on the market with dwarf weed seeds. Okay, 1 in 48 now because our enrage is going up. Okay, cool. But no loggers on that one. Unfortunate. That's crazy. I've had 3 fangs and 2 eyes. I've never gotten a web. Never gotten a pet from here either, dude. 6 out of 15 on this log is kind of sad. We'll change that eventually, but I've always heard Araxxor is a kind of a brutal log to go through, though. So I'm not super surprised. The Liberation of Mascab, easily one of the best pieces of content the game has ever received. Back-to-back raid gauntlet. You're fighting really tough bosses. Like when they came out on release, these guys were intimidating. Requirements to get into the raids were incredibly high, and it was just a really tough fight. It still is a tough fight today. I've done raids in 2026, my guy, and people will be suffering non-stop. It is a brutal team fight. It is a brutal, like, honest, just like tank test for a lot of things. It's an awesome piece of content. I love raids a lot. Biggest gripe with them, you can only do them every 2 days. You just kind of stuck not being able to do them, but when you get to do these raids, bro, they're so fantabuloso. I love these things so much. They got some of the coolest looking pets as well with little what is it, Diddy? His name's Diddy? I think one of them was called Diddy before, like, they knew that the guy was terrible. And then there's little Tuzzy, and then Yakamaru, dude. These are pretty cool looking pets. These are like definitely end game pets. These aren't really pets that you can get spooned or anything like that. I really enjoy these ones, and I try and do my raid every few days. I'm not very good at it, and I just kind of do it whenever I remember to, and happen to be able to catch a clan raid today, which is even better because, like, I don't go with randoms. Now I'm going with the boys, which is a lot more fun. But I have to confess something. I am a leech. I do not contribute much to these fights. All I am is the CPR role, which is literally you just go to the beach when someone's drowned, you click them, and then that's it. That's all you gotta do. But it is a very essential role because if you don't click them, they die. And then there's no person to be able to take the other poisons and do a bunch of mechanics and stuff. But I'm over there. I'm gonna do my part, and I'm gonna do it well. Trust. Because I do not want to get kicked from the clan raid. This would not end well for me if I got kicked from the clan raid. I was not happy about that.
No way! There's no way! There's no way I got the pet! There's no way! Oh, there's no way! There's no way! No way! Yo, that's not real, bro. That's not real, bro.
You just know I gotta talk some numbers here. Alright. At 1 in 300 drop rate for the Yakamaru helmet, for the Yakamaru pet, that is a pretty rare chance, especially when you can only do a raid, 2 of them every 48 hours. So this is a really big time lock when you're trying to get these pets, right? Now, at 119 kills at a drop rate of 1 in 300 with a threshold increase of 60, I have a 1 out of 150 drop chance to get this pet at 0.667% chance to get the pet at 119 kills, dude. Absolutely disgusting. The average kill count for someone to be able to get the Yakamaru pet is typically at 139, but I got it at 119. This is a huge thing to get knocked out of the way because raids is usually one of the last things people get. One of the closer to the end of one of the last things people get for the insane final boss grind, especially when it comes to the end game bosses, dude. So this is a huge unlock. Gotta mention though, one of the coolest looking pets in the game. I used to be like, you know what? It's just a little water snake who gives a poop, but after having him for a little bit, dude, low-key kind of fuck with it. He's kind of fire, man. But yeah, getting the Yakamaru pet was fantastic. Super glad to get this bad boy knocked out. That brings us to a grand total of 48,000 bosses killed inside the game of RuneScape, along with a ton of the boss pets knocked out. We have been collecting a good chunk of these as our grind has been progressing over the past few years, and I'm really happy about it. We picked up a few notable ones like the Nephi pet from Sanctum of Rebirth, getting a lot of the God Wars Dungeon 2 bosses done, and that leaves us with a remaining of 51 boss pets to go, and Yakamaru being added into that mix is a huge chunk knocked off the final boss requirement. I have some very important news for the future of this series for Final Boss. And as much as you guys know, if you've been here for a very long time, you know the Final Boss is very, very important to me because it has been a very strong and cornerstone of the account going for the last like year and a half. It got the my YouTube channel started. I needed something that kind of would motivate me to keep going, and I have found that I really like live streaming more than anything else that YouTube can provide me, and I really appreciate everybody coming to watch. But with how my life is going right now, it's getting incredibly busy. I'm starting college very soon. I'm still working full time, and I'm doing a lot of more traveling nowadays. I don't have enough time to be able to sit down and edit these videos. Every single one of these videos that I make for Final Boss usually takes me like 6 to 10 hours of editing, chopping, researching, and everything, and I just don't got the heart in it to make these videos anymore. And there's a lot of different content that I much rather be focusing on in relation to live streaming. I do plan to keep making these. I'm going to try and make these a little bit more time efficient for me to make, but I just don't got the time to try and live stream and then edit these videos and still try and keep a schedule and also have a life. So the way that the format of Final Boss will maintain the same. It's going to be a lot of these like highlight videos of like what I'm be doing from stream, and it's not going to be as always grindy on these things because it gets really hard for me to keep track. Like, I've been working on this Daganov grind for like the last 4 months, dude. I literally cannot get this last pet, and I don't have a lot of time to play this game as much, so I'm gonna be doing my best to try and keep pushing out videos, things that are RuneScape related. But Final Boss is gonna be looking a little bit different going forward. I've done my best to make sure it keeps going, and this is just gonna be like pretty much just highlights of like things I like to do when it comes in the game. And if you've made it this far into the video, you've made it this far into any of my content, I really, really appreciate it. But if you understand and you just understand that like this takes way too much time for me to even pump these bad boys out. The last episode was 3 months ago, man. So it's either I cut it down and do something with it, or I cut it down and do nothing with it. So I hope you understand. I'm going to keep pushing them out. They're going to stay maintaining a level of polish and quality that I like, but they may not be coming out nearly as often as they used to be, because I used to upload these like once a week, but these grinds just do not allow for it. I don't allow for it. I only play like 3 hours, if that, maybe not even every single day anymore. So please forgive me, please bear with me, and thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. I do play a lot of RuneScape. I do enjoy a lot of RuneScape. I just have to take a different approach to this, or else it's not going to be sustainable for me anymore. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, leave a like, use discount Ediboos and the Grand Exchange 3D. Thank you so much for them sponsoring this video, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.